Mr. Gates, you wrote an article in the Wall Street Journal earlier this month describing the best investment you've ever made. It might surprise people. Can you explain it to us?
Yeah, our foundation put over $10 billion over the last 20 years into some health delivery organizations, in particular one that buys vaccines for the poorest countries, Gavi, and one that buys drugs for HIV and malaria. And they've really had quite a dramatic impact. And so now we have each of those organizations going back out, mostly to the donor government, saying, hey, are you going to renew the commitment here so we can keep improving these health outcomes? And so I shared the fact that any way you look at it, from a humanitarian point of view, from an economic point of view, it's clearly one of the best investments I've ever been involved in.
And you made the point that it's, as you said, it's about the distribution of medicines as much as the development of vaccines. Explain why that is so important and why it was such an important and successful investment then.
Well, what we saw in the year 2000 when our foundation got going was that although there was a need to invent new tools like HIV vaccine, TB vaccine, there were actually a couple of vaccines that could have a huge impact, but they weren't getting to the poorest. There was a diarrheal vaccine and a pneumonia vaccine. And so Gavi said, okay, we will finance it. We have to get a super low price, sort of a break-even price, and then get it out to the world's poorest children who are 20 times more at risk of dying of these diseases than the kids who were getting those vaccines. So it was purely an equity-driven thing. We had to learn as we went about how to do delivery, how to make sure we had the right connection with the private sector. So it's been interesting over the 20 years that we've gotten smarter and smarter. But that showed people that if new things do get invented, there is a mechanism for it to get financed and a channel to even get out to the most rural, poor child.